The fire phase of the Philippines revolutions ended in a stalemate between the Spaniards and the Filipino rebels, and December 1897, a truce was declared between the two parties. Filipino leaders led by General Emilio Aguinaldo was exiled to Hong Kong due to a conflict with the Spaniards. The truce collapsed due to deteriorating relations between the Spain and the US. This led to the Spanish-American War in 1898, with the US becoming a new colonizer in the Philippines. Aguinaldo had meetings with the Americans to discuss collaborations against the Spaniards. Aguinaldo paid 117,000 for rifles and ammunition, but only received half of the shipment. Aguinaldo returned to the Philippines on May 19, 1898 and resumed the revolutions against the Spaniards. By the end of May, Aguinaldo commanded an army of 12,000 troops. On May 28, the Filipino force achieved their first victory in Alapan, Imus.
Ambrosio Rienzaris Bautista, the initiator of Philippine independence that led making proclamation of General Emilio Aguinaldo. He was born on December 17, 1830 and he was dead on December 4, 1940. He is a Filipino lawyer who served as the legal advisor of President Aguinaldo. General Emilio Aguinaldo was born on March 22, 1621 in Kawit, Cavite or Cavite El Viejo. His father is Carlos Aguinaldo and his mother is Trinidad Pami. On 1894, he was appointed as Captain Municipal of Kawit, and the Magniwang is the another branch. Barrio Tejeros in San Fernando de Malabon, also known now as General Trias. The election held is on March 22, 1987, that proclaimed Emilio Aguinaldo as the new elected president, Artemio Ricarati as the Captain General, Mariano Trias as the Vice President, Emelio Rigo de Dios as Director of War, and Andres Bonifacio as the Director of Interior. On May 10, 1897, Supremo and his brother was executed. On December 1897, Aguinaldo and his soldier officer are exiled in Hong Kong.
The text discusses the grievances of the people under Spanish domination, including arbitrary arrests, abuse by the civil guards, and unpunished violence of rules and regulation. There were deportation of notable Filipinos carried out through process compared to the Inquisition, which were investigated by archbishop and their priors for their own interest.
Page 80, number 2. The second concept led to the start of a new revolution in August 1896 to regain independence and sovereignty. Page 80, number 4. The text recounts the historical precedent how the Spanish colonization, starting with Colonel Miguel Lopez de Castro, and winning the force of Ferdinand Magellan. Legazpi established bonds with the local chiefs, but they took the possession of unlimited force.
The legitimacy of the revolution is asserted, arguing the international law does not recognize prescriptions to legitimize the wrongful acquisitions of private property. The revolution was temporarily calmed by a pacification proposed by Don Pedro E. Paterno and Don Emilio Aguinaldo, who was the president of the Republic establishment SBA Nabato. The agreement included a general amnesty for all deported and convicted persons.
due to the non-fulfillment of some of the term. Aguinaldo returned to initiate a new revolution after the destruction of the Spanish squadron by the North American Navy. Revolutionary movement quickly spread to several towns and provinces with significant victories.
The text mentioned that only a few areas remained under Spanish control, and that the city of Manila would soon be beside the revolutionaries. The text concludes with the assertion that the independence of the country and the vindication of its sovereignty is assured.
Proclaimed the independence of the Philippine Islands, asserting their rights to be free and independent, severing all political ties with Spain, and asserting their power as an independent state. The people pledged to support this declaration with their lives, fortunes, and honor.
The dictatorship established by Don Emilio is recognized, approved, and ratified with Aguinaldo revered as the supreme head of the nation. The text acknowledges Aguinaldo as the instrument chosen by God for the redemption of the country as foretold by Dr. Jose Rizal.
The text condemns the impunity of the Spanish government, the abuses of its officials, the unjust execution of Rizal and others, and the influence of friars. It also criticized the violation of the penal code and the unjust treatment of those suspected of opposing the friars. The text mentions the execution of eminent Filipino priests Dr. Jose Burgos Mariano Gomez and Jacinto Zamora, who were wrongly accused of instigating a military uprising in Cavite in 1872.
The execution was influenced by religious corporations who falsely implicated the priests in uprising. The text refers to administrative cases and royal orders regarding the transfer of parishes between different religious orders, which lead to tension and oppressions.
Number 19. The suffering and the appreciation experienced by the Filipino people eventually led to the outbreak of the rebellion in the Caloocan, Santa Mesa, and the other region. Number 20. The text compares power of Emilio Aguinaldo. The famous dictator included the authority to grant pardon and amnesty.
The topic I report was all about the features of a white triangle in our Philippine flag and the inspiration of masses to raise in revolution. It was resolved anonymously that this nation was already free and independent as of this date. Ay dapat na gumamit ng parehong flag, which up to now is being used. Whose design and colors are found described in the attached drawing. The white triangle signifying the distinctive emblem of the famous society of the Katipunan, which by means of its blood compact inspired the masses to raise in revolution. The three stars in our flag signifying the three principal islands of this archipelago, which is Luzon, Mindanao, and Panay or Visayas, where the revolution movement started. The sun representing the gigantic steps made by the sons of the country along the path of progress and civilization. The eight rays of sun signifying the eight provinces, which is Manila, Cavite, Bulacan, Pampanga, Nueva Ecija, Bataan, Laguna, and Batangas, which declared themselves in a state of was as soon as the first revolt was initiated, and the colors blue, red, and white commemorating the flag of the United States of North America, and manifestation of our profound gratitude towards the great nation for its disinterested protection which it lent us and continues lending us.
The flag will also have three stars representing the three principal islands of the archipelago: Luzon, Mindanao, and Panay, where the revolution movement started. The flag will include a sun symbolizing the progress and civilization made by people of country.
The 8 trees of the flag represent the 8 provinces of Manila, Bataan, Laguna, Nueva Ecija, Pampanga, and Batangas, which declared themselves in a war during the revolution. The color blue, red, and white of the flag commemorate the flag of the United States of North America, symbolizing the nation's gratitude for the disinterested protection provided by the United States.
And